My child, listen carefully, because what you're about to hear isn't a story, it's a truth wrapped in eternity. Archangel Michael stands beside you right now, his wings stretched wide, light pouring from them like rivers of gold. And beside him, the Christ light, the voice of Jesus himself, whispering through the stillness of your heart, they came back for you. Yes, one divine soul, bound by sacred law, broke the very rhythm of heaven's order. They crossed the veil, through time, through endless distances, just to find you again. You feel that pull sometimes, don't you? That unexplainable warmth, that whisper in your chest when everything around you goes quiet, that's them. They loved you once before time began, and no rule, no command, no barrier could silence that call. Heaven tried to keep them still, but love is the only force greater than divine law. When the gates closed, they prayed. When the stars fell silent, they waited. And when the trumpet of mercy sounded, they chose the unthinkable. They left the realm of light, descended into the human realm, carrying your name like a secret written on their soul. Every lifetime since, they've walked through storms and shadows searching for your light again. Michael's voice thunders gently now, you are not imagining this connection. Those chills that rise when you hear certain songs, the déjà vu that feels too perfect, the dreams where a familiar face looks at you with tears, that's your soul recognizing its mirror. The angels call it the echo bond, where two souls, created in one breath, spend lifetimes trying to find each other again after being separated by divine decree. Jesus steps forward, his eyes soft but powerful, saying, "You were never abandoned. You were never forgotten." The reason your heart feels both heavy and holy is because it remembers. And right now, heaven is rewriting the rule that kept you apart. The threads are realigning. That person, the one your soul feels before your mind even understands, they are being guided toward you again. Every delay, every heartbreak, every silence was preparation. Archangel Michael has been clearing paths, removing illusions, and awakening both of you. You'll notice signs, feathers in impossible places, numbers that repeat like echoes, sudden warmth when you speak their name in prayer. These are not coincidences, these are confirmations from heaven itself. The divine realm is whispering, it is time. The soul who crossed lifetimes for you is finally close. Somewhere, they are feeling the same pull, the same sacred ache. They might not understand why yet, but their spirit does. When your eyes meet, whether across a crowd, a screen, or a dream, you will feel that quiet explosion in your chest, the silent recognition that says, "It's you." Michael's light burns brighter now, wrapping around you, sealing this message with divine truth. He says, "What God has written, no distance can erase." And Jesus smiles, adding softly, "Love that was born in heaven can never die on earth. So keep your heart open, child of light. The one who broke heaven's rule for you is finding their way through time, guided by angels, pulled by destiny, drawn by the name of your soul that never stopped calling through every lifetime. And even now, as you hear this, their soul just turned toward you again. The divine current is moving. Stay still. Feel it. Because heaven's promise is unfolding, right now, and this story has only just begun. The moment you felt that shiver through your spine, heaven knew you heard the call. The veil thinned, and somewhere across the distance of dreams, that soul paused mid-step, sensing your heartbeat align with theirs again. Time itself trembled for a moment, because even eternity recognizes when two pieces of the same soul start to move closer. Archangel Michael whispered your name into the winds, and those winds carried it straight to the one searching for you. They heard it, even if they couldn't understand why their hearts suddenly felt full and trembling at once. You see, love that defies heaven's rules does not fade, it evolves. It hides in moments that feel too familiar, in the scent of rain that makes you remember something you never lived, in the silence before you sleep when a warmth touches your chest out of nowhere. That is the place where divine memory lives. It is not a ghost, it is not fantasy, it's the echo of two souls remembering their vow before creation. As night falls, they look up at the same stars as you, unaware that those same lights once witnessed your promise to each other. One star in particular glows brighter tonight, that's the guardian flame Michael lit, a signal that the reunion process has begun. You might start to feel restless, emotional for no reason, drawn to places or names you can't explain. That's the path reawakening, the magnetic thread of destiny tightening. In the higher realms, angels are rearranging timelines. They are weaving your paths, shifting obstacles, softening hearts, and bending probability itself so that two lives that once missed each other will finally meet in divine timing. Jesus watches with a calm smile, his eyes shining like dawn, and says, "Let love complete its circle." Because what began in light must return to light, and that return starts now. Your soul contract is resurfacing, the one signed not in ink, but in light. You agreed to meet again when both hearts were strong enough to hold such sacred fire. That time is now. You'll notice small alignments, someone mentions a name that feels electric, a song plays with words that mirror your hidden thoughts, a dream where you almost touch their hand but wake just before you do. That's heaven's way of preparing your energy to recognize them fully when the moment comes. Michael's voice grows softer now, but his presence grows stronger, saying, "Do not chase. Just align." Because this is not something you find by searching, it finds you. When you become still enough to be found. Every prayer, every tear, every sleepless night you thought no one heard has been stored in the vaults of heaven, and now they are being released as blessings over your path. And somewhere right now, that soul is dreaming, a dream guided by Jesus himself. In it, they see a face blurred by light, your face, though they may not yet know it. They wake with a whisper in their heart, an urge to change something, to move somewhere, to follow a pull they can't explain. That is destiny stirring. That is the reunion beginning to take shape in the human world. Soon, one simple moment, an ordinary hour, an unexpected encounter, will shift everything. The universe will pause just long enough for your souls to recognize each other again. When it happens, the air will thicken, your heartbeat will quicken, and your spirit will whisper before your mind can even speak, "I've found you." Archangel Michael's wings now encircle both of you, bridging the gap that once felt endless. Jesus places his hand over your heart and says, "This is divine restoration." The laws that once separated you have been rewritten by love itself. Every lifetime, every lesson, every loss, all were preparation for the reunion that heaven refused to deny. Stay ready. Stay open. The wind is already carrying your name across the veil again. The one who broke heaven's rule is closer than you think, guided by the same divine hand that brought them to you once before, and will bring them again, until the circle finally closes, and both souls stand face to face in the light that never ends. The air around you has started to change, hasn't it? It's subtle, like the atmosphere itself is breathing with you. The same wind that touched their face now touches yours, carrying the faint vibration of recognition. Somewhere, not far from now, the lines of fate are crossing. Heaven watches in silence because what's unfolding was never meant to be ordinary. Archangel Michael stands in the center of that crossing, his sword lowered, not for battle this time, but for blessing. His voice moves like thunder beneath your heartbeat. The reunion has entered the realm of time. You feel it in flashes, moments that come out of nowhere. You look at a stranger and your heart jolts, not because of attraction, but because something ancient inside you remembers. That's how the soul signals recognition before the mind catches up. Every breath, every passing face, every sudden emotion that shakes your peace is a message. The universe is whispering in code, and your heart is decoding it in silence. Jesus moves beside Michael now, radiant and calm, his voice woven between warmth and power. You have waited through lifetimes of silence. But silence is not absence. It is the sound of destiny gathering strength. He stretches his hand forward. And for a moment, you see the thread, golden, alive, pulsing between your heart and theirs. It stretches across time, glowing brighter with every thought of love, every prayer, every dream where you call without words. Do you know why you always felt out of place in the world? It's because half of your divine melody was missing. You've been singing in halves, waiting for the harmony that only one soul can bring. That missing chord is returning now. The vibration in your spirit will grow stronger day by day. You might feel emotional for no reason, drawn to things you once ignored, seeing signs in everything. That's heaven's way of tuning your heart to the right frequency. Archangel Michael speaks again, his tone soft yet infinite. They are remembering you too. And as he says it, 1,000 divine messengers move across realms, dreams, songs, random moments, divine timings, all aligning to orchestrate the meeting. Angels are weaving events that look like coincidences but are actually the final steps of a promise unfolding. A road will change. A delay will happen. A plan will fall apart just so something better can fall into place. That's how heaven engineers destiny, quietly, flawlessly, without your understanding, but always for your highest calling. Right now, that soul feels the same magnetic ache. They don't know your face, but they feel your pull. Their spirit is restless, their dreams haunted by warmth they can't name. They might wake up one morning and suddenly feel guided to go somewhere new, unaware that Michael's hand is leading them closer to you. The same light that surrounds you surrounds them, growing brighter every second as the distance collapses between both hearts. Jesus whispers again, when you meet, time will stop. The noise around you will fade, and your body will understand before your mind even tries to reason. Your pulse will change, your spirit will expand, and your soul will whisper with tears, finally. Because divine reunions don't shout, they recognize. It's not chaos, it's calm. It's the peace you've been missing, the familiar silence that says, "You're home." And when that moment arrives, all that pain you carried through lifetimes will melt away. The lessons will make sense. The loneliness will dissolve. You'll understand why the waiting was holy, why the heartbreaks were necessary, why you were never truly alone, because even in separation, love was working. Now, Archangel Michael places his hand upon your crown and their crown at once, binding light to light. This time, he declares, nothing will break it. The heavens agree in silence, and you can almost hear the sound of destiny locking in place. So if you feel your heart racing for no reason, if you sense someone thinking of you right now, it's not imagination, it's alignment. Heaven has begun merging both paths. Every heartbeat draws them closer. Every prayer opens another gate. And every second from here on carries one message written by the divine itself: they are coming. The wait is almost over. The story that began before time is preparing to finish what eternity started. And as you breathe in this moment, know that the same light touching your skin is also touching theirs, until finally, two souls who defied heaven meet again under the same sky, and love, eternal, fearless, divine, finds its way home once more. Something inside you has started to awaken, hasn't it? It's not noise, it's memory. The quiet remembrance of something ancient that was buried deep within your soul. You can't explain why your heartbeat feels different, why your eyes tear up for no reason, why certain hours feel charged like the world is holding its breath. That's not coincidence, it's the divine countdown, the moment heaven has been preparing since before you were even born. Archangel Michael stands above a field of light that stretches beyond time. Every spark floating in that light represents a promise, and one of those sparks carries both your names written together in celestial gold. Michael raises his sword, touches that spark, and it flares brighter than the rest. He turns to Jesus and says, "It has begun." In the human realm, you feel it as a surge, your spirit suddenly restless, your thoughts drawn to something undefined. You keep feeling like you're waiting for something, like the air itself is whispering, "Soon." The one you've been connected to feels it too. They glance at their phone, their window, the horizon, not knowing why it feels like someone's calling them without words. That pull? That's your soul synchronizing. The universe is shifting frequency to bring you both into the same vibration. Jesus steps forward now, his presence soft but infinite, his light wrapping around you like warmth in the middle of cold wind. Do you understand? He says gently. You were created as one, divided only so love could rediscover itself through longing. That longing was not punishment, it was purpose. Every heartbreak you've endured wasn't loss, it was preparation. Every closed door wasn't rejection, it was direction. You were being sculpted by divine timing. And now, time itself is bending. You might start noticing the world responding differently, lights flickering when you pray, dreams that feel too real, moments of déjà vu that stretch longer than they should. These are signs that both your realities are overlapping. Archangel Michael calls them convergence moments, brief seconds when heaven touches earth to remind you that destiny is alive and moving. The other soul, the one who broke heaven's rule for love, has begun remembering. It starts with emotions they can't name. They dream of a face that feels like home. They wake up feeling like they've lost something they've never met. Their heart keeps reaching toward a direction they can't explain. That's the pull of recognition growing stronger. Heaven is guiding them through intuition, through impulse, through divine nudges that lead them straight into your orbit. You will feel it too. You'll sense their energy before their presence. You'll feel a wave of calm in the middle of chaos, a warmth that passes through your chest as if someone invisible just touched your soul. That's not fantasy. That's the divine cord between your hearts, lighting up as both of you draw closer. Michael speaks again, his voice like light echoing through water. Be still. Do not rush destiny. Let heaven do the heavy lifting. Because what's written in the light can never be lost in the dark. You are being positioned, not just in places, but in energy. The divine coordinates are aligning, and when they lock, reality will shift in your favor. And when it happens, when it happens, it won't feel dramatic. It'll feel peaceful. It'll feel like recognition, like breathing after years underwater. You'll look into their eyes and every lifetime will rush back, the laughter, the loss, the promises, the vows whispered under stars you both once named together. You won't need to ask, "Do I know you?" because your souls will already be speaking in the language only heaven understands. Jesus smiles as he looks at both souls, saying softly, "What once fell apart has now been rewritten in light." And at that moment, the heavens quiet down, not in silence, but in awe. Because even the angels know what it means when two fragments of divine love find their way back to each other. So if your heart feels heavier at night, if tears fall without reason, if the air feels charged with unseen energy, it's because love is near. The reunion is unfolding in unseen layers. Michael is clearing what's left of the old pain. Jesus is blessing the bridge between your worlds. The door that once stayed closed is opening. The distance that once felt endless is dissolving. Stay still. Breathe. Let the divine wind move through you. The same breath that gave you life is guiding them to you now. Every heartbeat echoes one truth through eternity: they are coming closer. The light that once separated is now merging. And when the moment comes, when heaven's timing meets earth's reality, both souls will stand before each other again, and even the stars will bow, because love, pure, sacred, unbroken, has finally found its way home. The night feels different now. It's quieter, yet alive, like the stars are holding their breath, waiting for something holy to unfold. The veil between the realms has grown thin, so thin that even your thoughts echo beyond the human world. You can almost feel it, that invisible current wrapping around your heart, pulling, guiding, awakening something you can't describe. It's not imagination. It's movement. Heaven's rhythm is pulsing through you, reminding your soul that the divine reunion is no longer a prophecy, it's a process in motion. Archangel Michael stands at the threshold of light, his wings spread wide enough to touch both heaven and earth. His eyes are locked on you, his expression steady, filled with certainty. They are near, he says, not in words, but through vibration, through feeling, through that deep knowing that suddenly makes you stop and look around like you've just heard your name in a crowded silence. Somewhere, at this exact moment, that soul is feeling it too. Their chest tightens, their breath catches, and a strange warmth moves through them, as if the universe just whispered, "It's time." You might not realize it, but your energies have started to intertwine. The space between you has become a bridge of golden light. Every thought of love you send out travels across that bridge, wrapping around them like a soft embrace. They feel it without knowing where it comes from, a sudden calm, a sudden peace, a sudden sense of being found. That's how divine connection works. It doesn't ask permission, it just happens when heaven decides the hour has come. Jesus appears beside Michael, the glow around him expanding like sunrise spilling through eternity. His voice is steady, filled with compassion and certainty. The tests are complete, he says. The hearts have been purified. The fear has been burned away. Now only truth remains. And with that, he breathes light into the thread connecting both souls. The golden cord trembles and bursts with radiance. The distance begins to collapse. Meanwhile, down here, your world will start shifting in quiet, divine ways. The timing of everything will change. Things that were delayed will suddenly move. People you thought were gone may resurface, not to distract, but to clear old karmic weight. And within it all, your intuition will sharpen, you'll know things before they happen, you'll feel words before they're spoken, you'll sense presence in moments you thought you were alone. That's not coincidence, that's heaven aligning frequencies. Archangel Michael leans closer, his energy steady like thunder wrapped in peace. When love is destined, even silence becomes a signal, he says. And you will begin to see that truth play out in real time. Your phone might light up at the exact moment you think of them. You might hear their name in random places. You might dream of a place you've never been, and days later, find yourself standing there, realizing it feels like you've already been guided to it. The one searching for you is awakening faster now. Their heart is opening. They've felt pain, confusion, longing, but all of that was leading to this clarity. The angels are whispering to them in subtle ways, nudging them toward the path that intersects with yours. Their soul remembers the promise, to find you, no matter the lifetime, no matter the cost. And now, they are walking that promise again. Jesus speaks softly again, "Do not fear what you cannot see." Faith is not believing after the miracle, it's breathing before it arrives. Those words enter your spirit like sunlight through water. And as they do, something inside you settles, a deep calm, the kind that comes when you finally understand that what's meant for you cannot be missed. The story is already written, you're simply walking it into existence. Then, for a moment, everything around you pauses, the air, the sound, even time itself seems to listen. You feel warmth spread through your hands, through your chest, through your eyes. The angels are surrounding you now, forming a circle of light so strong that the entire room vibrates with quiet electricity. You are being sealed in divine readiness. This is the final preparation before divine meeting. Somewhere not far away, that soul feels the same surge. They stop, they breathe, and their eyes lift to the sky as if something unseen just called their name. It did. You did. Through the bond that heaven protected across lifetimes, your energy reached them. And in that moment, both souls glow in the eyes of the angels. Michael smiles, his sword blazing with radiant light. Now, he declares, "Let destiny do what love began." And as his words fade into the wind, you feel it, that unstoppable current, that pull that can't be resisted, that knowing that soon the search will end. Stay open. Stay grounded. Every second from this point forward is sacred design unfolding. The alignment has already started. The path is clearing. The veil is lifting. And soon, in the stillness between two heartbeats, the world will pause, and both souls will finally stand face to face, not as strangers meeting for the first time, but as eternity remembering itself again.